Everyone. Nice to see you all. And I'd like to first just take us back to where we started the meeting, which is thinking about the events of yesterday that have been on our mind. And thank God it ended well, and the hostages are all safe, but our prayers continue to be with them and their families and that community. And obviously, it makes us think about our own security. And there's so much good work that's been done and that's continuing to being done. And we did receive messages from local Jewish organizations to let us know there was no additional threat really that they could ascertain. But it all brings to mind this whole situation and the pandemic and all of it. Every Friday night we have this prayer that we say, the Hashkivenu prayer, and we recite the words V'haser me'aleinu oyev v'dever v'cher v'ra'av v'yagon. Remove from us enemies and pestilence and sword and starvation and sorrow. Who would have thought that this January, 1 year after the vaccine began to roll out, that we would once again be where we are. And on one hand, as a synagogue, the past 2 years have really been overshadowed by this pandemic. The way we pray, the way we study, the way we do good deeds, everything has shifted. And for the past year, we've once again been largely online. Our services, maybe even too much so, over the fall, we were doing in-person musical Shabbat. We were struggling to get in-person attendees to come into some of our adult ed classes because everything has gone online. Last fall, we unveiled the incredible work that was done, as Peter mentioned earlier, on the garden in Austin with the Austin People's Action Center to work on creating a native garden for them. And the dedication was online. And we've had lectures from world-renowned lecturers from their living room to our living room. And sometimes it feels like synagogue life is one big pajama party. And it has been a time of wonderful innovation. And on one hand, we've done so much to change, but on the other hand, synagogue life is not that different than it's always been. We're largely the same because congregations were built, the way we are structured was built to outlast plagues and pestilence and war and difficulty. In the past, when something happened, they did not have Zoom services to fall back on, but they managed as best they could. They kept on doing what they do, which is what we do. And in the end, despite everything, the core truth of synagogue life echoes as true as ever today as it has for a very long time. And that is that the vitality of a synagogue is based on the engagement and involvement of its families, of its volunteers, of its members, of the friends of members, of the larger community, and on their maintaining and revitalizing the synagogue. So how do you know how vital a synagogue is? Well, you go and see on a Shabbat morning how many people are singing. And you see how many people are engaged in prayer and drawing other people into their prayer. And when a stranger walks in, which given doesn't happen that often these days, how quickly are they greeted by other people? And how many people are coming to study and to expand their knowledge and to work hard to develop their Hebrew and deepen their knowledge in their practice of Judaism? And how many are coming and socializing and making new friends and showing they care about the larger Jewish community? And how many are stepping up to make connections with their fellow members and giving their time and efforts and staying connected even when they're leaving town and going to other places? What is the pulse? Because vitality really is contagious. That's right. That's what social media is completely based on. When you see all the likes and comments starting to build, you think, well, I have to comment too on that post on Facebook, and you get drawn into it. And that's how the post grows and grows and becomes more and more popular. And similarly, when we see a community is vital, we want to be a part of it and we want to share it with other people, and everything feels positive and good. And there is nothing like the experience of walk into a buzzing synagogue, as I think we have been. And minds are expanding and hearts are opening and hands are working and people are caring. And there's just something going on between those walls that people can feel, whether it's actual walls or Zoom walls. And we've all become very good at creating a synagogue with Zoom walls. And it makes one feel part of something. And it gives one added value into our life and into our family's life. And it gives us friends and it gives us community and spirit. And after the events of yesterday, it reminds us sometimes that we don't even have a choice. We're part of this community. We're part of this Jewish world. This is who we are. We have to be together in all of it. And the expectation of being a member of a synagogue in our day and age is that it should be an active experience. And yes, some may choose to look on from afar, but our hope is that everyone will be active, active, active. And I just wanted to put in a plug that if you are interested in being the most active and being the best, so to speak, and would like to earn the golden kippah. Nobody as of yet has won the golden kippah, and we have forms for all of it. And so if you'd like to try and be part of that, send a quick email to David now. He can make sure you get involved. And we have new kippahs. The old kippahs may become collector items, but we have new kippahs with our new logo on them, which are available in all colors. We ran out of some of the other colors because so many people were into it. So it just shows us, despite of all, how active of a synagogue, as I think everybody who's listening today to all the reports can tell, how active we are for our side and how many programs and services and learning opportunities and lectures and social action programs we have. But I think we still want more. We want even more. And we're looking to all of you lovely people to fill those activities. And I think we really have a golden opportunity right now for a synagogue. Everything is ready to go to really grow, to bring new families in. But we need as many of you as possible to be involved in those efforts. I think there really is an opening now to make that happen. Maybe especially for our membership committee, we need as many people as possible to be involved in all that fun stuff of organizing events for our synagogue. And for new members, maybe recreating some of the fun events of the past where we had Frank Lloyd Wright tours for new members, or events that we're planning, ice sculpting in the western suburbs. If you have a marketing background or social media know-how, or just want to be involved and share your passion for Temple Har Zion, sign up for a membership committee. We've been working for several months to build energy. We have a vision and mission statement just for that committee. Be in touch with Heron, Rashes, or Julie to sign up for that. We need your help. And as Ed mentioned with fundraising, we've been blessed these last few years with the PPP money. And now we're going to have to create even more events and put some strategic thinking into contemplating our future and creating a healthy path forward. So please sign up for that community and all the other communities. And just as importantly, once Omicron has passed, please come to our in-person musical Shabbatot. As recent participants have said, it's excellent, the best, the best, the best. Cantor Figa and I and the others and the davening team work so hard at those, as we do with everything. And we just love bringing, not them, but to all of our services, our joy and our passion for Jewish prayer and services, and to our study opportunities. And this is also how we show our Jewish resilience. After what happened yesterday, how do we show we care about Jewish life? By coming to everything and being involved. I know it's hard sometimes to change habits, but the new year is about new habits. And if you absolutely cannot leave your home, then please tune in to Temple Har Zion TV. We will do everything we can to continue offer something relevant. So over the next few months, just to give you a snapshot of everything happening, we're having a repeat, we're going to have a repeat program with the Roots Foundation, bringing an Israeli and a Palestinian who live in the West Bank. And they're going to be talking about how do you build peace within conflicting national narratives. And we're going to be having 3 different cooking programs, bringing interesting and fascinating Jewish and Israeli cooks. One of them is called the Challah Prince, and braids the biggest chalot you can imagine. We're going to be having a series of in-depth Jewish programs on learning and homelessness with a local educator, Aryeh Bernstein. We're going to be continuing to have my meditation class on Sunday mornings, David's classes on Monday evenings, my Ecclesiastes classes on Thursday mornings, talking about the big questions of life. And then, as been mentioned, all of our prayers with the Cantor and I and Courtney and David. And a new initiative that we're beginning is with the ARC, a Jewish organization in Chicago. We're going to be collecting food for the wider Jewish community. We'll have to all come together in person to sort it. And I think it'll just be a wonderful way to create friendship and doing good deeds, feeling part of our larger Jewish Chicagoland community. We're going to be having a movie night and a Broadway and Jewish Jews and Broadway nights. So please bring your friends. And convince your friends to be virtual members. If they don't live locally, they can still come and be virtual members. There's so many opportunities. And I'm so grateful for how this community is put together in these few years. And this meeting that we have every year, in my mind, is about us showing appreciation to our lay leaders, led by our wonderful president, Julie Geldner, and our wonderful executive committee, and saying todah to the directors and all the work that they've done and their contributions. Some of them, such as Peter Norlander, has been mentioned, who's been on the executive committee for 2 terms and brought so many new and exciting programs, from Herschel and the Hanukkah Goblins to showcasing our art in the open house architecture tours to last month's tapestry event. And we also thank Stacy and Jean for their contributions. They've done so much. And we're so excited for the incoming directors and vice presidents and their new energy, and for doing what synagogues have always done, as we bless their work. And in this virtual room is the lifeblood of a community. Our community is now stretching beyond River Forest and the western suburbs to far across the nation and even the globe. And it's the energy and dedication of all of us. And that, let's keep doing that. Let's keep building and growing and building and building. Last week I was in a meeting, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, with Ingrid and Marlene. And Ingrid mentioned that she'd been a member for 71 years, 71 years. Incredible, the dedication and still being involved in committee work and how much has happened in those years. And we also have members who've only been with us for a few years and they're already contributing so much and are stepping up today to be part of this vitality and making this an exciting place. And it really is amazing to witness the movements of a synagogue year after year. A colleague once mentioned to me, just watching it, the seasons passing, soon enough the babies are grown up and getting bar and bar mitzvah, going off to college, married, having kids of their own, and the passing of Torah portions and holidays and Shabbatot. And through all of it, what we do in the synagogue is bind ourselves to it and seeing how much joy it gives us and how each one of us contributes one small piece of that vitality. So let us show gratitude for those who are here in this room and bless the work of the year ahead and make sure to have some fun along the way. Boker Tov.